All right. So let me ask you this question. Have you ever run into a situation where you were limited by your own beliefs? There was something that you believed, something that you kept repeating in your head over and over and over again that kept you from moving forward. Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. My name is Tanya Smith, and I'm a video strategist and coach. I am the founder of Get Noticed with Video and the Stream Like a Boss TV series. I'm going live a little bit earlier, a couple of hours earlier, as a matter of fact, tonight, for a couple of reasons. Before I dive into the limiting beliefs breakthrough method that I'm going to talk to you about, I have to say this. I'm here because I challenged myself as I challenged the members of my Let's Go Live challenge this week to do a 10-minute or less video. So I will not be on very long, but I do want to acknowledge you if you're here and you're watching live, or if you're watching the replay, and just let you know I appreciate you so much coming every single Thursday. That's when we typically go live. So I am broadcasting in multiple places. What I wanted to do is to walk you through a simple system to remove limiting beliefs. And part of this is a result of personal work that I had to do on myself. And it is personal work that I did through the help of NLP. I actually am an NLP practitioner. I also have a number of different certifications behind my name, which none of that matters. But the reason is because there was so much work I needed to do personally to get past roadblocks and obstacles. And one of the things I often hear people say is the reason why I'm not getting on camera, even though I said I was going to do live streams for 4 years in a row and still haven't done it yet, is because something is holding me back. And typically that is what keeps us from doing the things that we really are meant to do, that we're gifted to do. There's somebody who's missing out on a blessing because we're holding back because of these limiting beliefs. So I'm going to walk you through a very quick process, and I'm going to show you it's a mind map where I've mapped out 3 specific keys to removing and replacing limiting beliefs. And then I'm going to break down each one of those, and we'll do this in under 10 minutes. If you happen to be here and you're watching live, feel free to go ahead and pop in the comments and let me know that you're here, and I will say hello. All right, so what I'm going to do is pop up my screen real quick here. Let's make sure we can share. Because I usually use a worksheet, but I've created for you, for the purposes of this little short presentation, I've created a mind map so that I can show you exactly what this is. Usually it's a worksheet, so my clients actually work through some of the statements and the questions that you're going to see here, but we're doing it a little differently. There we go. Okay, I wanted to make sure to do that. All right, so the limiting beliefs breakthrough system. Here's what you're doing, and this could apply to video, or maybe it applies to something else that's going on in your life, in your business, something that is holding you back. There is a statement that you need to identify. There's something that you repeatedly are telling yourself. And what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to reduce the size so that you can see everything, okay? There's a statement that you're hearing over and over again. So the first step to really removing this limiting belief, this statement that's holding you back, this belief that is rolling around in your head over and over again, you're hearing it like a broken record, you need to figure out what that statement is. So once you have had a chance to actually identify the statement and you said it out loud, and what I want to encourage you to do is to literally say it out loud, because it might be echoing in your head, right? But I want you to say it out loud and really own it. This is the thing I keep telling myself. So I'll give you an example. One of the things I kept telling myself is, I'm not good enough to be on camera. I don't have a message. For me to be on video, my life is too boring. There's nothing I could really share that anybody would get excited about, because everybody's all about entertainment these days. This is what I was telling myself a couple of years ago before I committed to doing a live stream every week for an entire year. And then it went on to a second year. And now I'm in my third year. But when I first started, I was repeatedly telling myself, you can't do this. Why are you doing this? Why are you even trying? You're not entertaining enough. You're too boring. You're not excited. You're not an extrovert. You're an introvert. How? How? Why should you be there? So this was the repeated statement that I kept telling myself. Now, what are you telling yourself? What's the statement? And if you have a notepad and a pen, I want you to write that down. Then I want you to ask yourself, how is this making you feel? How is this making you feel? Is it making you feel good? Is it making you feel sad? Is it putting you into a state of mind where you just feel frustrated? What does it make you do or not do? So this belief that you've adopted, and again, you can apply this to anything. It doesn't just have to be video. And what is the payoff you're getting from clinging to this? Because here's what happens with limiting beliefs and the negative things we're telling ourselves. We're not telling ourselves negative things because we like negative things. Usually it's our mind trying to protect us from something. It's trying to keep us from doing something, from some type of harm. Okay. So what is the payoff? What are you getting as a result of this? If you choose not to do video, does that mean you can now just continue to linger in mediocrity? This was me. I'm going to talk about me. I'm not talking about you, but I was being mediocre and average, and I knew I could do better. I knew I was better. I knew I had more power than I was putting out there into the world. This is something that all of us have to examine for ourselves individually. I can't tell you what is holding you back, but you can answer these questions for yourself. So what is the payoff from you clinging to this belief that is keeping you from doing what you need to do? Now, the second part of this is to test your limiting belief. So is this thing actually true? Is it true? I ask my kids this all the time when they make these really general statements about everybody this and everybody that and nobody can and nobody, right? Is that a belief that's really true? How do you know? Who said it? Where did it come from? Whose voice are you hearing? When I was telling myself that I shouldn't be on camera, what I kept hearing, besides the phrase that I already mentioned, is I also kept hearing, well, you know, people are just going to judge you because you have a big nose and you got tiny ears and, you know, you just don't look like somebody who should be on camera. Who said it? Where did it come from? For me, this came from childhood taunts. It came from not being accepted. It came from a whole different voice than my own, is what I was hearing. So is that happening to you? Are you hearing someone else's voice repeatedly holding you back from doing what you were meant to do? Why is this true? Why is this limiting belief that you've put into your own space? Why is it true? And maybe somebody else helped you to put it there and to place it there and cement. But we're going to break this, right? Why is it true and what's the evidence? What would happen if you replace this belief? Could something amazing happen? And do you want to replace this belief? Finally, and the third question is, or not question, but the third point here that we're going to make is that you need to reframe the belief from something negative to something realistic. How would your life change for the better if you were able to shake this off? What would change for you? What new belief can you replace it with? So for me, instead of believing that I did not have a place on video, in media, I started to believe that, you know what? I've seen other people that have done it. Why can't I? Who said that I couldn't? I can give myself permission. Does this new belief feel true? What emotions, and let me try to make sure that I get you the whole thing here. What emotions does this bring up for you? Now that you've replaced the old limiting belief with something more true. Does it feel true? What emotion does it bring up for you? Test your new belief and decide what happens when you use it. When I started believing that it was possible for me to have a space and a place on camera, then I started to attract others who were having the same issues and the same questions And they wanted to know the systems, they wanted to know the technology and the strategy, and they wanted to know the things that it would take, the steps that it would take to actually get on camera and create their own live stream show or series. And that is how Get Noticed with Video is born. That's how it was born. So if you find yourself facing any type of limiting beliefs, I want you to really kind of examine, walk through these 3 steps, identify the statement you hear yourself repeating, test your limiting belief using the questions that you see on screen, and then reframe that belief from something negative to realistic. That's all I got. Actually, I have much more, but I promised my challengers that we could do a video in 10 minutes or less, so I'm at the top of time. If you have any questions or you want to respond, have any comments, if this was a breakthrough moment for you, put that down in the comments. I'll be reading them. And make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow our channel. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time. I will not be live tonight, by the way, because I'm going to be in the challenge room with our members for the Let's Go Live group. And tomorrow we will be hosting office hours inside of our Stream Like a Boss VIP network. So just FYI, not on tonight. We will be on tomorrow for office hours. Feel free to ping me if you have any questions about that. All right, take care and be blessed. I will see you in the stream next week.